So here, what we've tried to do is to create a systematic approach to creating a work breakdown structure. So what are the steps, that is the stepwise methodology someone can follow, or I won't say should follow, but can use in order to come up with a work breakdown structure for any project he or she is handling or will be handling. So, step number one, you have to get your team together. And once you get your team together, they will have to identify the deliverables as well as the sub deliverables of the project. So, what are the outcomes? What are the deliverables that you're going to have by undertaking this project? So, this should be clear to your team members. This should include the project managers and the subject matter experts. All right. So the team composition, I mean, something we're going to look at later on, but normally on any project, you've got the project manager or managers. You might have more than one project manager on the project, depending on how big and how complex the project is. And also by subject matter expert, we basically infer to, or we refer to those experts with respect to what kind of project we are about to uh, construct, to execute. For example, if we are going to build roads, all right, so we have to get expert in road construction. That is, for example, your site managers should be well versed, well experienced in road construction. Likewise, if you are going to be constructing a dam, you need to have an experienced site manager on such project. Now, the site manager is going to be there. You also need to have your site engineer in your team. You need to have your general foreman. You need to have the sub foreman for different tasks, for example, road, now for doing the sub base, for doing the curbs, and so on. So you need those foremen there. All right. Now, again, you as project manager will have to decide who are the people who are going to be part of your team when you are planning the works. Now, you cannot get too many people around the table, but you need to have the main people that drives the that will be driving the site, the execution of the work. So the project managers would be there, the site manager, the contract manager, the expert, the general foreman for each specific section, for each specific job. They would, they will be there to help you in uh, coming up with a more concise, precise, and logical work breakdown structure. Step number two, gather the necessary documents such as the project charter. Who are the people who are going to be on the project? I mean, like the organigram should be there, because when you tender for a project, you already put in the tender, the names and expertise of the different people who are going to be handling the execution of the work. So you need to have that charter. If it has changed, if the charter has evolved, it should be updated on a regular basis and communicated across the team. The project scope statement, right? So this is a very important piece of document. Project scope statement is going to tell you more specifically what extent of work is to be executed. For example, just to emphasize on project scope statement, are you going to be constructing a building only on a shell and core basis? Or are you going to construct the building, as we say, and as a turnkey project? That is, you're going to do everything and just hand over the project to the client with everything inside the building, the infrastructure required for the building to work, the finishes, and so on. And project scope management plan. So these are documents that need to be handy when you're going to be working on the work breakdown structure. Now, the next step is about identifying the key deliverables of the project. So these should come at the second level of your work breakdown structure. Key deliverables will be essential to the completion of the project, and the key deliverables will be carried out by independent teams. So this means that the same team won't be working on completing another deliverable. You've got specific team assigned for a particular deliverable, so they're going to be working on that, and another team is going to be working on another deliverable. So we don't have sort of a mixing of teams when it comes to working on deliverables. So specific team will work on specific, distinct, independent deliverables. Step 4, with the help of the subject expert, right? So break the key deliverables into smaller parts of work, right? Or in other words, identify the work that is necessary to complete each deliverable. Okay, so this you have to do all together with the expert in the field, where you take your deliverable, you break it down into smaller deliverable, and you link them in a logical way so that at the end you can see the pieces coming together, that you're starting from A and you're going to Z in a logical way and as per the expert advice. Now, step 5 is where you have to create a work breakdown structure dictionary. Now, what it is all about, it is basically a document that includes the definition and scope of the different elements which is related to your work breakdown structure. Now, in that particular dictionary, things to be included are the work package name. Now, you're going to give it an ID also, just for referencing. Name of person who is going to be responsible for that work package, for that work task, the due dates, the estimated costs, the resources allocated, both human resources as well as equipment, right, amongst others. This dictionary will help the team understand work packages better. Right, so it is a charter in a certain way that have all the required information pertaining to each and every work package that form part of the project, that form part of the work breakdown structure. Now, in this step, the intent is to create a work breakdown structure using different formats. So there is no fixed hardened rule to the type of format you're going to adopt for a work breakdown structure. It depends on you, what you're more at ease to work with. It can be text-based work breakdown structures, right? So some people prefer it to be bullet form, text-based. Some prefer tabular structures, right? Some people are more visual. They are oriented towards visual. Visual. They would like to see things more pictorial, more visually. So they may be adopting flowcharts to better understand the different work packages. Now, once it is complete, you have to share it amongst the team. Now, there are multiple of ways out there to be able to share it in a safe and secure manner, right? So the sharing is basically for collaboration amongst the different team members. So once you prepare the work breakdown structure, you can share and continue to work on it, right? So this is how we proceed. Again, just to sum up, the format is up to you, all right, up to your team, what they prefer, whether they prefer text, tables, or they like to see things more sketchy. So it's up to you.